Became trapped in the sea at Southend has told Anglia News she thought she was going to die.
14-year-old Katie Choules and her friend Angel were walking along the beach near Lifston Way when Katie's feet became stuck in the mud. Today she thanked the lifeboat crew which saved her. Victoria Webb takes up the story.
Thank you so much for saving my daughter's life.
Two very grateful friends and their mothers saying thank you to the RNLI crew who rescued Katie. On Sunday, along with her best friend Angel from Basildon, they went for a walk along the beach in Southend looking for shells. Unlike today, the tide was out. The girls had soon walked half a mile from the shore when Katie became stuck in the sand.
I thought everyone's going to leave me, I thought I was going to die. I thought no one was going to come out and get me because I was so stuck in. And it was getting cold and everything. I was getting cramps and I couldn't feel my legs.
Katie was beyond this boat when she got stuck. It was 5 to 4 in the afternoon. The tide was coming in rapidly and it was getting dark.
I was going to stay with Katie and I was trying and I kept trying to get her out and she was like, Angel, you're going to have to go and get help because I'm stuck. You're not going to be able to get me out. And I was like, are you sure? Because otherwise I'm not going to leave you. And she's like, I'm sure.
The RNLI hovercraft, based by the pier, was launched soon after Angel called 999. A local policewoman was unable to free Katie, and by this time the water, which was around 4 degrees Celsius, was up to her chest. Katie's mum rushed to the scene as soon as she heard what was going on.
My initial response was to run down to assist her. It's my child, and it was just devastating because I saw the hovercraft back and forth searching with the lights, and it's like, you know, your baby's stuck there and it's horrible.
We were aware that she was possibly trapped in the sand, so I went into the water to try and investigate that, and as we did that, managed to pull her free and get her on board the hovercraft and then get her ashore as quickly as possible because she did look very, very cold.
Both girls were taken to hospital to be treated for hypothermia. Katie, who's new to the area, is now keen to volunteer with the RNLI alongside Angel to say thank you for their help and to learn about the potential dangers of the sea. Victoria Webb, Anglia News, Southend.
Lucky escape there.
Yeah, proper lucky one.
You're watching Anglia Tonight. It's great to have you with us.
Now, still to come on this evening's... More news now, and 130 air and ground crew from 31 Squadron at RAF Marham in Norfolk have returned from Afghanistan. The
Tornado crews have been on a 3-month tour of duty, as Natalie Gray now reports.
It's not often you see a charter plane arriving at one of our air bases, but this was carrying 31 Squadron, returning to RAF Marham after 3 months fighting the Taliban.
Hi, how are you?
Teams here work through the night to clear the runway of snow and ice. All homecomings are emotional. Those left behind dread every phone call and knock at the door until their loved ones are back in their arms. And the relief was plain to see.
Nice having him home safely, safe and sound.
It's really nice to be home and see my wife for the first time in 3 months.
He left October 12th, so being American, he also left me for Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the big holidays for us. So I'm excited to have him back.
Brilliant, really good. We've been waiting so long. It's been horrible.
It's fantastic, it's brilliant, really emotional. I'm just, I don't know, over the moon to be back, really.
Oh, it's great, it's absolutely fantastic. I've missed my children so much.
And we really wanted him to come back, so we're happy that he's back now.
The men and women of 31 Squadron missed Christmas and New Year, but it was a successful mission.
Well, unbelievably, everybody has had a very, very good time, including Christmas. The support we've had from back home has been incredible. We've flown almost 400 missions in support of troops across Afghanistan. We've been to just about 100 troops in contact situations, and saving lives is a pretty satisfying way of work. So it's been really, really good. And of course, we've brought everybody home safe to Marham on time, so we're over the world.
So 31 Squadron all safely home, but there's no complacency here. You see 9 Squadron, who are also based at RAF Marham, have swapped places with them. And they won't be back from Afghanistan until the middle of March. Natalie Gray, Anglia News, West Norfolk.
Some happy families there. A major operation is underway at St Edmunds Cathedral in Bury St Edmunds to refurbish the organ. Scaffolding has been put up around the instrument and it will be dismantled and taken to Durham to be rebuilt. Thousands of components will be refurbished and it's hoped the organ will be back in place later in the year.
It's a 10-month project, which really in the life of a cathedral isn't a very long time, so we're all going to grin and bear the extra upheaval that it's all going to cause, but it'll be worth it in the long run.
Now, a spate of vandalism at Norwich Castle has prompted an application for 6 new CCTV cameras to be installed to preserve the historic building. The cameras would be on 5-metre-high poles around the castle mound. There have been particular problems with the glass feature lift, which has regularly had panels broken, as well as some graffiti on the stonework.
We have this lovely glass feature list outside, and over the last few years it's received quite a lot of damage, willful damage to it, breaking the glass panels. And at the moment we don't have any CCTV cameras actually on the mound itself other than by the staff door, and we feel that if we put some in, it will act as a deterrent as well as providing us with information about what actually happens at night.
Sport now, and the League One derby, which has been attracting plenty of attention.
Now, most of the rivalry between Colchester and Norwich has been forged at boardroom level, but on Saturday, City's players have a chance to avenge their opening day 7-1 thrashing by the U's. Donovan Blake has more on that.
They're taking every precaution at the Western Homes Community Stadium to make sure Saturday's game goes ahead, especially with the huge build-up towards it. That hasn't fazed Colchester manager Adi Boothroyd, a larger media presence than usual for his pre-match briefing, but he's not surprised why there's so much interest in this particular meeting with Norwich.
You've got a previous game at 7-1. You've got a manager that used to be Colchester's manager, there's now at Norwich City. Both teams are going really well and vying for promotion. So there's a little bit of previous in there.
Do you think everything surrounding the game may sort of boil over, do you think?
Well, it could do, but I don't think it will, because, you know, I've had big games before. The players have had big games and the staff are used to big games.
Of course, not everyone in Boothroyd's current squad at Colchester were involved in that extraordinary encounter at Carrow Road back in August under Paul Lambert.
It's a different team. I think Colchester's a different club now. As Norwich will be a different club because they've got a different manager, and I think the leader of a club sort of sets the tone for how you are.
And there's a chance for some of those who played for Norwich that day under Brian Gunn to set the record straight, although Jonat Sebabor won't be one of them. The defenders joined League One rival Southampton on a free transfer. Donovan Blake, Anglia News, Colchester.
Big game ahead there. Now, the next incarnation of Kings Lynn Football Club will be under the stewardship of Speedway promoter Keith Buster Chapman.
And I'd like to say congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The Kings Lynn Stars promoter beat off a competing bid from a supporters' trust to win a 25-year lease to the club's stadium, the Walks, from its council owners today. Financial problems resulting from an unpaid tax bill forced the Linnets out of business in December. The new club will resume football next season.